So one of the things I do each year is I take and when I get home, I get all my cameras back home here. I clean them up, test them out, make sure which ones are working. I have one or two here that stopped working this year. This is one of them here. So this camera, I probably had this camera for 5 years, I bet. Maybe even longer than that. And it's always been my go-to camera, and all of a sudden this year it just stopped working. So I don't know what happened to it, not really sure. I had one last year that was out there for 2 years, and the ants got in it. And once the ants got in it, it stopped working. And I'm not sure what they do to it. They short out the electronics or something. And not sure why they get in there either, but it happens. So each year I go through them, and I get rid of the ones that don't work. And it's a shame, you know, you pay 40 bucks for these, so they're kind of a shame. But like I said, that one's been out there over 5 years. So we picked up a couple of different ones for this year. This is like the new version of the Wild Game. This one here was an older version that somebody still had around. And then this one here I never heard of before, but we're gonna give it a whirl and see how this one works. So what I like to do is I like to build these little bird houses over the top of my cameras. So basically what that does, I hang them up higher on the tree, and I put that camera in there, and then that sheds any water and stuff off of them, so that they're not out there totally out there in the elements. You can't do nothing about the cold, you know, or the heat or whatever, but you can shade them a little bit, and keep all the moisture and the rain off of them. And that's how I mount these out there on the property, and it works pretty good. I put a kind of a big leg bolt through there. That's what holds it to the tree, and I really haven't had any issues with this setup. So you can see all of mine are like that. They're all made that way, and I just make this out of scrap wood. So this wood that I have cut up here, I pre-cut all my pieces. So this is left over from that tree stand I built last year. This is treated, I think it's 5/8 or 3/4 inch plywood that I used for the floor. So that's all gonna last a while. And even if you didn't, like some of these pieces are just regular CDX plywood, they'll last for a long time out there. These have all been out there probably a good 5 years now, and they all look pretty good yet. They'll last another 5 years for sure, you know. So that's how I do it. So I'm gonna put one of these together for you, and then I'm gonna show you how we mount the camera to it once I got it built. So basically, my dimensions are 7 inches wide by whatever. These original ones were 14 inches. Actually, no, they're not. They're actually 12 inches. So these here came out to, when you put the top on them, they'll be about 12 inches also. I just took whatever piece of plywood I had and then just cut it in half and made it 7 inches wide. And then the rest of it was the top piece, and then these sides, you know, were all little drop-offs. And so that's how we do it. We'll put one together here for you quick. So on the top side here, I just put 2 screws. And I don't measure any of this when I put it together. I'm just whipping these together. Okay? And then we put that on there. And what I'm using here is I got all kinds of screws laying around. I got these here are some self-tapping screws, what they call a self-tapping machine screw, or a sheet metal screw. I got some old stainless ones here from when I made boats. So I have a bunch of them left over, and we're just gonna screw this on and get it as straight as possible. Then we take it back off. Once I got the screw in there, once I got the screw in there, then I take the glue. I just put a bead of glue down on the top there. And screw it back on. You take a rag, you just wipe off your excess glue. That's about it. Then we have to put some sides on there yet. And same process, I just put one screw in the top here. I put two of them in the back on the back side. Dab on some glue. And that is it. Just that simple. Okay. I already have the holes drilled in here for the screws for the bigger leg bolts here. Those go in like that. Okay. So I'm gonna leave this side open so you can see how I'm mounting this camera. So some of the cameras come with that screw in the back there. That's for it's for mounting it to a, like you would mount it to a tripod or something. It's a quarter, I believe it's a quarter 20 thread in there, and so I'm going to use that there to mount it. But some of the other ones, like the Muddy, it had the screw down here on the bottom. Okay, so I couldn't really use that. So I just take and I make a metal bracket, a metal plate. Okay, whatever I have laying around here, just a piece of metal, and I stick that through these strap slots, and then I clamp. That's how I clamp those down. Okay, so it's nothing fancy. It's nothing fancy to hold them on there. And then usually on the back side, in order to give it a little tilt, because I put it up higher in the tree, so I want it tilting down more like this. I have blocks made up that I put on the back there, and that helps tip that camera at a little bit of an angle. So it's that simple. So we're just going to kind of eyeball where this hole is at. Again, I'm just eyeballing this. It doesn't have to be fancy. So I put a one size bigger than a 1/4 inch hole through there. Now I'm going to go get a bolt. So let me check the fit here. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's probably, might be a little short. So I'm not finding any washers, so I'm just gonna put it in there without the washer once. And I got some washers out in the garage and that is gonna be short. We gotta get a little bit longer one. I have all kinds of screws. I got you know, round heads. I don't even know what these are called, a pan head or oval head or something. They're all left over from projects. So I use them when I can use them, and this is one of them places where I can use them. Okay, so I need to put another washer or two on the back there, just to show you. Actually, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to put a nut on there. That'll take up some space. There, perfect. Okay, so there it is. That's simple. Mounted it in there. You get it pretty straight, and then tighten it up from the back side here. And then with that block on there, that screw ain't going to interfere with anything. Okay, and that'll keep it tipped at a slight angle. All right. So that's my quick tip for today. That's how we take care of our cameras here. And as always, hopefully you enjoyed this video, you know, and give me a thumbs up. And we'll see you on the next one.